Okay, so my name is Prabnu Singh and I'm from India. I'm sorry, English is not my first language, so if it is a little low, bear with me.
First payout in March, so March 2025.
Yeah, that was $500. So yeah, after that first payout, I got the second payout of $300.
How long has it been from you to get all those 10 accounts to then get your first payout with all the 10 accounts?
4 days.
So you had 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then
Yeah, fourth payout.
and there was a fourth one.
So it was like $1,000 per account.
Yeah, I could hear you. I just wanted to make sure it was as clear as possible, but we'll be able to make it work.
Yeah,
How you doing, Birdie? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Brady.
That's what I like to
Better than
hear.
ever.
Congratulations
Yeah,
on you had a 2K day today and you did the payout
yeah.
yesterday. But before we even get into it, I just want you to talk about yourself. You don't got to go too deep if you don't want to. Just talk about the stuff that you're okay with talking about. Just talk about your trading journey, how you started trading, how long you've been trading, how old you are, where you're from, just like the basic stuff about you and how you started to get into trading.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Prabnu Singh and I'm from India. I'm Punjab. So basically, I started trading around November last year. I'm sorry, English is not my first language, so if it is a little low, please bear with me.
That's all good. I'll
And
try to make it
also,
work all later on. Don't even worry about
yeah,
it.
yeah, also I'm nervous.
My first time I
So I'm
met
a
you,
big
trust.
camera fan. Yeah. So so I started trading on November last year, and first couple of months, it was like a complete failure. Not even a 1 week of consistent profitable days. Until on December, or no, January. Yeah, I remember. On January, I found the YouTube page, and I was like, "Good." So I saw your transparency, the way you trade, the way you post your trades, let it be a win, a loss, whatever, and then you post your whole day, like what you do, when you do, whatever. So that's the thing that intrigued me into learning more about you and how you trade. So that's when I first started understanding the real concept of the how trading works. And but I was still lacking risk management, emotional control, self-discipline, all that stuff.
Main things, big
And
things.
yeah, main thing. Knowing how to trade, when to place trade is not it. When you first join into the trading journey, or when you first start into the trading journey, you think like all you have to do is select two buttons, buy order, sell order, but that's not it. There is a whole lot of emotions behind them.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to think it's just a system, the strategy, and yes, it's important, but it's not everything. Yes, you need it, but it's not everything. Like you said, you need to have all the other pieces combined also. You need to have a good system that you can apply good risk management and apply your emotional control too. But if you have a good system but lack emotional control, all it takes is one trade to throw it all away. No matter how good your system is, you can catch 1 to 5s all the time. But if the one day you're losing 10, 20 trades over risking, it don't matter how good the trades you did catch were. And that's one thing a lot of people they got to learn the hard way, but everybody learns it when they need to. It seems like you learned that pretty early on, considering you've been on the team and you've heard us say a lot of these things already. So even though you haven't been trading forever, you've been you've learned the things that we had to go years through, or where we had to go through the hard way. So you can kind of be aware and prepared to be able to handle it.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Most of the things I learned from you, um, especially daily we have been talking from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the live calls. We say a lot of stuff about risk management, emotional control, and all discipline, all that stuff. And I've been silent on those calls, but I've been listening to you, and that did help me a lot. Yeah. I learned the hard way also. I was trying to make. I remember this thing, this specific trade, because I was trying to make $20 on an funded account, and but I lost $1,200 because I remember I reached like five contracts on a Nasdaq just to make $20. I was like five contracts. All it needed was just a little push, but it never pushed. It dropped down.
It'd be like that.
Oh
I
yeah,
can say that a lot of us have been through, and one of the things with trading, a lot of us are going to go through very similar situations. It's very rare that somebody's been through something that somebody else has never gone through. Usually, we all go through the same things and we do the same things over and over and over. It's probably that probably hasn't
yeah,
happened just one time to you. It's probably happened before, maybe not as much, but it's one of the things where trading is going to teach you to be aware, prepared for a lot of these things. Like every time we go through something, every time we take a L, a big L, something that hurts us mentally, it's teaching us to be prepared on how to not let that same thing happen again, or say something happened, you didn't like the result, but it's meant to happen. Like that's something that you got to get used to. It's teaching you how to handle it because you don't know how to handle something until you go through it. Think of it like the gym. When you lift weight, you get calluses on your hands. It's gonna hurt in the beginning, but from going through it over and over and over, it just naturally gets stronger. It doesn't get less
yeah.
harder. You just get stronger.
Correct. I absolutely agree. Yeah. So like after that loss, I was like, okay, that did hurt at that point because that was my only account, only funded account, which was I think on the fourth winning day, and that was my fifth winning day, which was to be which I blew, to be honest, because of over trading. So yeah, then I take a break of a 1 week, and then I came back, redid everything, went through express challenge, went to funded. My first payout was in I think March, 12th of March.
First payout in March, so March 2025.
Yeah, that was $500.
Okay.
I just wanted to get a payout, no matter how small, no matter how big.
Who
I
was it?
just wanted
What?
to see it,
What funded account were you using when you got that payout?
my funded futures.
Okay, my funded futures. Copy. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, because they have a minimum payout of I think $250, something like that. So that was my first payout.
First payout. So and that was after how long of trading? Would you say you got your first payout?
I think October, 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah. See, I was 6 months in my trading
yeah,
journey. I was negative as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. But you go through it. It is how it is. The You have access to a lot more stuff nowadays in comparison to when I started trading 5.5 years ago. We had social media, we had funded accounts, but it also wasn't to the level it is now. One thing I always try to tell people, back when I used to trade FTMO, it used to be $500-$600 per account. You just got 2 phases you gotta go through. You gotta make 10% on the account, meaning $10,000.
yeah,
Like, it was a whole lot of different stuff. So it's just nowadays, people have a lot more information and they have a lot more technology platforms, and it's cheaper to be able to really take advantage of something, to be able to get your first payouts. Like, a $500 payout doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot in the grand scheme of things because in comparison to what you also paid for that account, you made more on that than you paid for the account. A $500 payout is exactly what I paid for account back then. Like I would be breaking even with that 500. So that's good.
yeah.
$500. And then when, like, did you consistently get payouts after that, or did you kind of go through a period of you didn't get payouts again? You kind of were rebuilding. How did it go after you got that first payout?
After that first payout, I got super confident. So I blew like $2,000 into my live round because it led me to believe that all these rules and all that stuff, it's just an ass waste of time. Let's put the money into live count. You win one day, you withdraw it. You win one day, you withdraw it. But what I fail to understand is live count is not just a live count. First, you have to build a discipline and everything in order to maintain that live count. And yeah, I blew that live count a couple of days later.
I'd be like
So
that.
that was my second. Yeah,
And you have to go through it. Like every blown account, every failed account is like it teaches you a lesson that you need to learn. Like you said, you wouldn't have learned these lessons unless you were put in the situation. Yes, it could have been less than that money that you lost. It could have been less than 500, could have been less than 2,000. You get what I'm saying? Like we always say that after, like, yeah, I wish I could have learned that lesson without costing that much, but it's all hindsight. We
yeah,
never really know. That same way you lost that money, you could have made for $6,000. So it's like there's a risk to reward aspect. There's an upside and a downside. We just don't like the downside sometimes. We're aware of what we could
yes,
make, what we could get on the positive side, but a lot of time we aren't really okay with what we just did. But at the end of the day, it happens because we needed to. So you went through the
yeah,
phase of getting overconfident. That tends to happen. It's like that boom and bust cycle. When people think they do good, they get confident, and then they throw it all away. They shoot themselves in the foot. They just fall back down the stairs. When in reality, that's why I try to tell you guys, Just remain every single day is just as important as the last. Today's trade isn't better than yesterday's. Yesterday's trade isn't better than today's. Every single day is equally as important. And if you treat it like that, you just keep yourself in the game because you're not going to allow one day, one decision, one mistake to take you out the game because all it takes is one day, one trade,
Right.
1 minute, one session, one candle to throw away weeks, months of progress that you actually worked hard for.
Definitely. I learned that hard way.
Learned it the
Yeah.
hard way, but better late than never. It's always
Right.
happens how we need it to, not how we want it to. If it happened how we want it to, our life will be completely different than it is now. So what happened next? Like when did that second payout come? So you put the money to a live account, lost that money. What was your mindset trying to go into getting that second payout, trying to actually get back to where you were? Because I already know mentally you probably like, damn, I was at this point, I was at the top of the world, and now I'm just feeling like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Mentally, I gave up. Honestly, I gave up. Um, I was away for like 3 nights in a row, trying to figure out what to do, how to make it work. Is it really worth it or not? Is trading is really for me or not? Because with all of that stuff, I was trying to support my parents also. So yeah, with that pressure and everything, I was like trying to figure out how to make it work. So like after 3 sleepless nights, I get back up and I started it again from ground zero.
What did you do? You
Um,
go straight into like a funded account? Like, what was your process? Like, what did you go through? What was your mindset going into it? Like, what was your step-by-step plan?
Step by step plan was make $250 a day, $200 a day. I don't know if it takes 2 months to clear an express account, but I will clear it step by step, very slowly, and I will try to build a discipline, a trading plan. I started journaling my trade, and yeah, whether it is a win or a lose, I would just move a day, one trade a day. It is a win, I move away. It is a loss, I move away. I don't look at chart. That was the hard part, not looking at the chart again, especially after you lose. So once I overcome that, I started building a discipline. And once I started building a discipline inside my trading, I started noticing the changes outside my trading journey, like in my real life. So the discipline also started there. I started waking up early and everything. I started feeling motivated. So once the discipline, that stuff did really help me a lot. Yeah, that was my step-by-step plan to get funded account. Then after that, I got $1,000 payout because of
Okay, so you went from
everything.
500 to 1,000, incrementally going up,
Yeah,
and that
I
was
think
on
I
the
got
same one, My Funded
1,000.
Futures. That was on the same My Funded
No,
Futures.
that was my first.
Okay, so top step. So you went from My Funded Futures for the first payout, had lost that account, made your way back into it, going back on Top Step. From Top Step, you're able to. Was it just one account that you're trading, or you were copy trading?
Yeah,
One account.
no,
So you
that
then
was
got
one
one
account.
account and got $1,000 payout. How long after was that like span from March, the first payout, to that second payout?
4 months
4 months. So
approximately.
around.
Yeah,
So it was around
in
summer.
those 4 months, I was like yeah, throughout summer. In those 4 months, I was losing blowing accounts of my funded futures,
Okay, just kind of getting
blowing it
prepared.
again and again and again. Yeah.
Copy
Even
that.
I was
Copy that.
like risking it very less. I think mainly because of the market conditions. Market conditions were very awesome.
And it was a little choppy and trash. We're slowly starting to get a little something. Even then, I ain't convinced just yet. We have one good week, one choppy week. I ain't getting my hopes up yet. We just gonna keep going with the flow. So it took you 4 months from that first payout to get to the second payout, and you withdrew 1,500 from that point. So that was around. That's not too far around from where we are now. So in that span of that second payout to where we are now, because that's only probably within like a, if 2 months, if that 2 to 3 months,
Too much, yeah,
if that,
too much
like
max.
what did you do within those 2 months to be able to go from what you're doing now? Because I already know what you do, but to let the viewers know, what did you do to get to the point that you
Yeah.
are now? Like, what was your step by step now that after you got that first payout, you was like, bet I have this payout in mind. I wanted to be able to do this. I want to be able to do this. What was your mindset going into it now? Because it was only 2 months.
So yeah, after that first payout, I got the second payout of $1,500
16.
next week. 15, 1 5.
Oh, you just keep on doubling it up, don't you? 50, you went from 500 to 1,000 to 50. You like, all right, we guys going 500 each time, slowly, incrementally. Okay. Usually I see people like that. I don't really
So
see them do it consistently like that, but you were consistently moving up the ranks, and then went up even more. So yeah, let's keep keep going.
so yeah, that was the whole month I made like $2,500. So that gave me confidence. So once I got that capital, I was like, it's all the game of mathematics. If I can get $1,000 per account, and if I have 10 accounts, I can get $10,000 per week, per good week. Sorry. So even if I make $10,000 per month, I'll be happily trading for the rest of the month. So that motivated me to get more accounts. And yeah, on clearing those 10 accounts, I also blew like 3 to 4 accounts. But yeah, I
Part of the game.
managed to get those 10 accounts. Yeah, part of the game.
So you got 10 accounts. Who are
One
they all with?
five with my funded futures and five with
Okay, so you got 5 and 5 in each. You can copy trade on My Fund of Futures. You could do like on their platform.
you
So
can
is that
say,
what you do? You trade like
yeah,
one account on each, and then the rest are copy traded on each? Or is it
yeah.
just like you have all of them combined to one?
No, I placed 2 trades, one on each count.
Okay. That's not bad
Um,
then. A lot less friction. Like when you were saying you're copy trading 10, I can only imagine what you're doing, but it's pretty simple. That's like me trading my funded account and then also trying to trade my live account in the same trade. It's more doable. What do? You have them both like on just like the different tabs open, or you have one on trading
yeah.
view and then one on top step X?
No, I only use TradingView for marking up, and I use TradeAway for my funded futures count and top step X for
Okay, so
top
you use
count.
TradeAway and then top step. So you don't even really you use trading view for just markup and everything.
Yeah.
Copy. So how
So
long did it
I
take you
have
to go
like tablet
from like passing all those accounts? Like how long did it take you to get to like 10?
3 weeks
It's not bad,
because I
not
was
bad.
full putting it all.
He said, "I'm gonna get there." So what was your mindset in terms of risk management? You're gonna risk a lot on the challenges to get them passed, and then once you go on to the funded accounts, lower the risk.
Yeah.
And how much you risk
One
per trade?
for
100? 100 per trade?
funded account.
100 account per trade, right?
No. On funded account, I reached $250 per trade and made like 500 to 1,000 depending on the risk reward.
Okay. And that was on the challenge part?
No,
On the
just
funded?
100.
Copy
Yeah.
and copy.
On the challenge, I reached like $2,000 and made 1,500.
Okay.
It was
Sweet.
like negative error.
Yeah, I was about to say my boy was he was really going for it. He said, I'm gonna risk 2,000. I can only make 15, or you gonna make me make more. But I mean, hey, it just goes to show you can still make it happen. It's just a matter of the main thing that comes into play is your risk to reward now. Not risk to reward, but
Yeah.
win rate, your win rate in comparison to when you lose. Because when you are winning, you're stacking it up. But when you are losing, now it's like that compound effect. But now, fortunately enough, you got to the position where now you can risk less per trade to where you can actually hold that drawdown if it comes to play. Which honestly, I haven't really seen you losing, but losses are always going to happen. You just got to keep taking advantage of the winning period that you're in now. So it took you 3 weeks to be able to get all 10 funded accounts on Top Step
Yeah.
on My Funded Futures. So from passing all 10 accounts, it hasn't even been that long. It's been like a week. I already know. How long has it been from you to get all those 10 accounts to then get your first payout with all the 10 accounts?
4 days.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I said I was trying to say a week, like being generous, and then bro said four
Yeah.
days. He said, "Nah, it took even less.
Yeah.
Took even less." So it took you 4 days to be able to get to that payout, and the payout was for how much? And this was your fourth payout. So you had 500, 1,000, 1,500, and
Yeah.
then
Fourth payout.
and there was a fourth one.
So yeah. So it was like $1,000 per account. So yeah,
1,000. He
it's
said,
less
"We
than
gonna do five." But honestly, if you do it like this, you really have been keeping it consistent because you have withdrawn around the same amount every time though per account. It's not like you
yeah,
just did anything different. You have been withdrawing 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then you did 1,000 again, but on all 10 of them. So in reality, you're keeping it very, but
yeah,
it just goes to show that compound effect. Now you did the same thing, but you did it on 10 accounts. You just got a $10,000
yeah,
withdrawal payout. It might be a little bit less after they take the fees, but still $10,000 payout, right? So that's only your first
yeah.
payout. You went from a 500 to 1,000 to 1,500
So
to then
10,000.
10X's. And it just goes to show, and
Yeah,
that's not saying that every single one after is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, but it doesn't even matter. Even if it's 1,000, even if it's
yeah,
500,
yeah.
it's going to do a lot. Like, I'm not sure, like, what's the currency out? You're getting paid in USD.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
I'm getting paid in USD, but where I live, it's like 90 times more.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
So
say.
one
Like,
USD
more
is like 90.
10,000 in USD in your currency, you're doing more than enough. Trust, you're doing more than enough for four
Yeah,
days. You're doing more than enough. You're gonna be at the top of the whatever it is, the mountains over there. You got a whole lot of shit over there. But now I'm happy to hear that. So it took you from getting your first payout in around March. Then from
yeah,
there, you got your first payout of 500. You went through a little bit of a losing period, kind of went through the trials and errors, had to realize a couple things, locked back in, set a plan, just was focused on
yeah,
consistency. From there, took you only a couple more months to then get your next payout, to then get a third payout, to
yeah,
then being able to go for 10 accounts on Top Step and My Funded Futures. Not even too many platforms. You just got two platforms. You're taking two trades, and you were able to make $10,000 within 4 days, not even including this morning. If you want to explain, like, I don't even feel like explaining it. You explain what you also did this morning, because after doing all of this,
yeah.
what did you do this morning after $10,000 payout yesterday?
So I have like drawdown of $2,000 in my account. So what I do right now is to achieve $10,000 payout, I have to make $200 per day. So I get $100 and make $200 on one account, and that's equal to 2K. So yeah, after 5 winning days, I'm able to get that 10K withdrawal.
You forgot to tell them the
So
part
that's
where
my
you already
risk
got one of
management.
those days. You forgot the part where you tell them that you already did that this morning, so you only need 4 more. So out of that 5 more, you already got 1 done, so that's a 2K day, and that's off of the NAS trade. And if you saw what happened, if
Yeah,
you woulda held that even more, it wouldn't even matter because 'cause you're just trying to focus on the consistency aspect.
yeah,
But, like, it just goes to
yeah,
show, once you're in a position to where maybe once in a couple months when you're risking a little bit more, you'll be able to leave a little bit more running, but it just goes to show now you have something you can actually capitalize off of. It's not a, you can risk 2,000 only to make 1,500. Nah, you can actually hold your trade now. You can actually make what you're willing to risk on it, because in those same trades that you were making 1,500, they all were winning. You potentially could have been making
yeah,
2,000 all of those trades anyway, but it just, the rules in place weren't going to allow you. And now you're in a position to where all you got to do is keep doing what's working. All you got to keep doing is keep moving forward, not over trading, not over risking, not getting in your emotions, because you know it works. A $10,000
yeah,
payout, now you prove to yourself you can do it. Remember how you were saying, is it a scam? Does it work? You prove to yourself now. The only thing that would be getting
yeah,
scammed now is you out of your future if you were to give up, because you know it's possible. You know you can do it, and you've done it more than one time. You went from 500 to 1,000 and 1,500 to 10,000 to on so on. You get what I'm saying? And it's just
yeah,
proof and confidence that you're going to be able to get to the next level. And this is what you need to be able to get to that next level. Because when you got that first payout, that is what allowed you not to give up to get to that second one.
yeah,
That's what allowed you to come back a couple months later and lock back in. And everything you're doing right now is going to be the same exact reason. God forbid, say something happened, you lose a lot of money, you lose a lot of trades. Everything you just went through and did is going to be the main reason you stay in it. Is going to be the main reason you keep pushing, because you know you can do it. It's not that you haven't do it. If you could do it once, you could do it again. If you could do it twice, you could
yeah,
do it 4 times. If you could do it 4 times, there's no
yeah,
reason you can't do it five. It's like getting 4 out of 5 winning trading days. You're telling me if you get 4 out of, and you need five, you can't get one more. You can do it. If you could do it those first 4 times, there's no reason you can't keep on doing it. But I'm happy to hear that, bro.
yeah,
First 10K payout out of many, 4 payouts, and it's been a good year for you. So far, 2025 has been that breakout year, and you've only been trading for a year and some change, probably just a year and what,
11 months.
11 months, not even a year.
Yes. Yeah, not even a, I
He just
think
keeps on. He just keeps on going low. I say a week. He's like, nah, 4 days. I've been trading a year now, 11 months. Like, damn. All right, my fault, bro. Going crazy. I'm happy to hear it though. Just
yeah,
goes to show it's possible when you lock in, set a plan, and just make it
yeah,
happen, bro. Just, if you could do it, there's no reason nobody else over there in India can't do the same thing. I have a lot of people, audience
yeah,
wise, just like you said, that follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. They're always saying the same thing. I want to be able to do this. I'm like, bro, like, they try to make me feel bad because they try to make it seem like they can't do it. But look at you right here, being able to do the same exact thing with the same conditions, with the same adversities. It's just a matter of making it work. If you want to make it happen, you will make it happen. It's not going to be easy, and I'm sure you've already seen that. It's not going to be easy, but only the strong will survive. There's only a 5 to 10% of people, 1% in the world that succeed for a reason because those people are going to be willing to do the things most people won't. Most people in your position after that first payout, after losing it all, they would have stopped. They would have stopped trying. They would have tried something else because they are focused on making money fast instead of the process that's going to be able to set you up forever. You're good. You're building skills. You're building confidence that's going to last you forever. The money doesn't matter. The confidence in yourself and system you can't take away. You've seen these trades play out isn't going to go away. You proving to everybody in the chat that is also possible to inspire them to do the same thing isn't going to go away. And that's one of the biggest things that people got to realize. Like, it takes a lot to be able to get here, but once you do it, it's all worth it. And then you just keep on going because guess what? You're already thinking what's next. You're already thinking
Yeah.
watch. You're already thinking what car. Because guess what? It's always going to be another level. And then once you get to that level, you just want to keep on going, never get comfortable, never get satisfied. Like you said, when you got that first payout, you got comfortable. You got overconfident. And then guess what happens?
Yeah.
You just got to keep it pushing, remain a student to the game. Don't start thinking you're better than, nope. We just keep it going, remain a student and keep on pushing. Because at the end of the day, practice makes improvement. We're never going to be perfect. We just want to keep on improving. And the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Absolutely correct.
What would you say is one of the biggest things that is like been a tribute to you being able to be where you are right now? Like one of the biggest things, if you want to leave off the video, just telling everybody, what would it be?
I'm sorry, I did not get that.
Like, what would you say has been one of the biggest things that allowed you to be the person that you are today? There's probably multiple things, but if you had to like just contribute it to one main thing and leave off the video for everybody, the viewers, to just what would it be?
Um, just like your title says, fear of being average.
Fear being average? Hey,
Yeah.
can't get any better than that. If as long as you fear being average, you just gonna keep on pushing because everyone around you is average. Most people live an average life, and if you're just aware enough to realize that and understand you want more, you just gotta set a plan like you did. Just make it happen. No matter how many failed accounts, no matter how much you fail, no matter how much money you lose, no matter how bad you feel, you make it happen. Because guess what? From pushing through that, from pushing through the struggles, you'll be able to appreciate it. Because you won't be able to appreciate that 10K payout unless you lost a whole bunch of funded accounts. You won't appreciate being able to pass that funded account unless you failed multiple times to be able to pass that first funding.
Yeah.
You want to appreciate that payout until you fail multiple times. 4 winning trading days out of 5 fail. 3 winning trading days out of 5 fail. And then you finally get the 5, you finally get that payout. You're gonna appreciate it because you know what it took to be able to get
Yeah.
there. And compared to people that grow up with money, they don't know what it took to get there. So they don't appreciate it for what it is. And as long as you go through both
And
sides,
scrolling and watching is hard,
that's a fact, bro.
especially when I was getting that 10K POV. So yeah,
Nah, it's facts. I'm happy to hear that, bro. Next time we come back, we're gonna see you 20K payout watch. You're gonna be like, I've been trading for 2 years and I'm a millionaire now at this point. With the way you moving, we gonna see. But with the sky's the limit.
yeah,
I'm happy you were here. Happy you can give me your time. Happy you can share to everyone because you're gonna be. I'm gonna try to label it in a way to maybe get more people from India because they're gonna definitely.
yeah,
You got a lot. There's a
definitely.
lot of audience over there. Trust, and they want to be able to see
Mm.
somebody doing exactly what they could do. Because if you could do it, there's no reason they can't. The only thing different is what we do on a daily basis.